Don't start talking right away because it takes a few minutes.
Okay.
5, and I click the live button. Starting live. I'll let you know when it's live.
All right. Good morning. As you can tell, today we're doing a live shave. Hopefully I survive. If any of you guys can make sure to have 911 for Wisconsin on your short list in case I end up cutting myself and bleeding out in the bathroom. No, just kidding. It's not going to get that bad. I have shaved before, but I'm going to be walking through my shaving routine. I'm going to be talking about different types of razors, different products that you can use, and just have a little bit of fun. And so great to see you guys. Again, we're starting a little bit early here just because I wanted to hang out, get a little bit of coffee, wake myself up before I go into the bathroom and shave. So this live video thing has been interesting. We get here almost an hour before, and it seems like every single week we run into some type of technical difficulty. This morning, for some reason, we had everything set up and it went live. We even did a test this weekend, but apparently that reset the link for the live. So some of you guys did not get the notification. I know you guys signed up for on YouTube. Those of you that do sign up for the notifications, thank you very much. Really appreciate whenever you guys go and you put on that bell. Hey, you know, I want to get notified when the videos come out. You guys know we put out videos every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. But it is one of those things that it helps a lot when people watch the videos early. And when I get feedback, when you leave comments, really just appreciate you guys and everything. Hence why we're doing these lives. I just wanted to engage with you guys. Now I see a lot of you are leaving comments down there. I'm doing good memories. Let me see. I see Aragon 991. I see Matthew Diperno. Where are you from, Matthew? Let me see. I got Saga's Rage. You are welcome. Sebastian, what was your hardest part of OCS? For me, it was mental. And my MOS, I started off as a naval aviator, and then I ended up blowing out my sinuses in a T-34 incident. So I ended up becoming a 10 or an O-180, which is basically an adjutant in an infantry battalion. I went to 3rd Battalion, 1st Marines, and I served with 3rd Battalion, 1st Marines for, we got Macedonia. Ooh, don't usually get too many people from there, Quadre. Rogelio, good to see you, man. Mike, good morning. Yes, I will be careful. M. Sufyan from Pakistan. All right, you guys are all over. Of course, we got our Australians, Swag C out there, Tamzeed, Bangladesh. We got the Raccoon from Mongolia. Actually, I was just reading about Genghis Khan. So I've been talking with a friend about developing some fragrances. And you guys are the first to hear this. The idea of the fragrance is going to be, I want to choose a single word, and I want to build the fragrance using a master perfumer around that single word. So if you can imagine, in the case of the, Genghis Khan, I was looking actually maybe look at daring or risk or the, basically audacity actually was one of the words. So the idea that here's a guy that, grew up in a culture of taking risk and actually took a huge risk, conquered much of the much of Asia and even almost pushed into Europe. So, yep, I will be having coffee. Chris, no coffee for you though. Lou, who's out there, good to see you, man. Radioactive FA, Kosovo. All right, great. What's the 911 number for Wisconsin? Mark, it is 911. Thank you, Vancouver, Canada. See you out there. Who else is out there? India, of course. Shirag, see you out there. Timeless Gentleman, good to see you, man. Dakota, Balanced Energy Canine Training. Man, that's quite the name over in the UK. Who else do we see out there? Ozan, good to see you. Akiesh, Camille, Radioactive, Matthias, good to see you from Switzerland. Who else is in Toronto? Sam. So good morning, you guys. Chilliers over in London. So going to go ahead and get my coffee going. Of course, I've got my air. You know, I'm going to get some RMRS mugs because you guys have been saying, Antonio, you know, you keep using Aaron's mug. And I'm like, yeah, you know, because his mom made sure that I got some. His mom's great. Did you guys know that Aaron's mom does a lot of his customer service? Yes, that little inside secrets to what Marino's operating. For me, you've got my assistant, Jamie. She's over in the Philippines. She does most of my customer service. I've also got a few other people. Jane, I'm sure she's out there in the comments. And you guys may notice we've got a special discount today. So I'm going to be going through my grooming routine, my shaving routine, but you're going to be able to buy all the products I'm going to show you today at $70 off. So usually this package is about $168 and we've got it for $98. I think we're only going to have 15 of these packages we can sell at that price point because it's just that good of a deal. And that link is only going to be good for, I think, the next probably 6 hours. So right down here, you've got vitaman.com/save70. So if you're looking for again, only for the next 6 hours, I do these limited runs and I only put out like 15 of these. Reason being is I want you guys to be able to try my Vitaman products, you know, 100% money back guarantee, but I really want to have fun with this. So definitely check it out. There's no discount code you have to use. Just simply go to that special link. Again, that's vitaman.com/save70 if you guys want to grab that entire package. I will be showing you everything though here in the next hour. So get my coffee all set. All right, got my whipped cream, which I whipped this morning, my coconut sugar, and my black coffee. I use a French press with the coffee, and but I mean, right now we set it up with the thermos and everything. So let's go out. Let's see who else is out there. I love seeing you guys, and thank you again so much for being out there. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you can hear me. We've got everything set up, and again, we've got multiple cameras, so I'm going to be bouncing around today. And Faisal is asking, what is my country? Well, the United States. Get some hearts from John Bosco. John Bosco, ooh, a saint, right? Raghav, how to be stylish being in high school. Well, Raghav, you know, I highly recommend, do you follow Beer Biceps? Do you also follow, what's his name? Drawing a, gosh, he's Bangladeshi, but he's based out of India. Oh my gosh, Mayank. Yeah, Mayank's great as well. I highly recommend when you're a young man, experiment. Find out who you are. Really work on your inner core. And what I mean by that is not your abs. I'm talking about who you are as a person and developing those relationships. But experiment, have fun, focus in on the style pyramid. Fit, fabric, and function. Fit first, but guys, I tell you, if you just do those simple things right there, you're going to be ahead of most. How to avoid razor bumps. I'm going to get into that. Ireland. All right. Lycan, 238. Got a werewolf out there. Opinion on Samuel Windsor shoes. I don't own any Samuel Windsor shoes. So maybe if the company reached out to me, and there are hundreds and hundreds of brands that I know you guys want me to test. So if you ever, you know, just feel free to email me at antonio@realmenrealstyle.com. Always getting those emails, and I always try different brands and put them up on the site. Love from Pondicherry, India. You are good to see you, Satish. Let me see. Vivek, see you out there. Dylan from Maine. Will from the UK. Dylan, we see you all the time. Thanks, man, for being out there. Appreciate it. Don M, sneaking a peek while at this at work. Don, I promise I'm going to start shaving here in about probably 5 to 10 minutes. So, oh, and my watch game this morning, wearing my Apple Watch. I know nothing super crazy exciting there, but I do like with the Apple Watch. There's a lot of, I can quickly check on, I could actually go in and see who is using that discount code down below. So let's see if anyone has actually redeemed it. Again, $70 off the whole package. So you got to go to vitaman.com/save70. So it should all be right there. Just go grab it. And yeah, let's see actually who has grabbed one so far. I can actually do that right there on the watch. Go into the app. Let's see today. Has anyone grabbed anyone? Looks like we've had one sale so far. So there should be about 14 kits left then. Again, I'm only making 15 of these kits available. So so boom, right there. We already have one sale right in there. I'm going to go in, try to look at it a little bit more. But no, having fun with this thing, guys, because I appreciate you, and I want you guys to try my new company, Vitamin. Let's see, where else are you guys at? Been growing a beard during lockdown. Any tips on comfortably shaving it off and cleaning up before I go back to the office next week? Pop, good question about shaving off a beard. There's tons of great videos out there, but you want to use a pair of clippers first. So you're going to go over, it's not something you do in one go around. You don't just take a razor, cut off the beard. You're going to want to go over with clippers and just work your way down. Nothing wrong with it, with quite a few passes. In fact, this should be something fun. I see so many guys when they're shaving their beard, this is when they get awesome selfies. They go for that crazy huge mustache. They go for something that looks like they're out of like the 1850s. Why not? You've grown that beard, you've got it there. Have fun, go for the, you know, that crazy Magnum PI stash. And then maybe cut it off, or maybe wear it for a day. That's the fun thing about like when you're down in that thing. So, but piece by piece, and once you get down to, okay, it's maybe half an inch to a quarter of an inch, the length of the beard, that's when you can take a razor and you can go over, and don't feel like you got to, again, do this in one pass. One thing with shaving is it's okay to go over with 2 passes, but what's not okay is not to lubricate and not to protect your skin each time you do it, okay? All right, we've got Shantu from India, Nirmal from, you guys are all over, Malaysia. Link won't open. Sahim, try that again. Vitaman.com, vitaman.com/save70. Jane, can we check that link? Double check. Make sure that that's working out okay. Vitaman.com/save70. How old am I? I'm 44. Anyone else can check that link. You don't. I'm not saying you have to buy. Love it when you buy something, but can anyone else check that link and let me know in the comments to make sure that that's working? I'm 44. Finn from Germany. Born in London, background Afghanistan. Very cool. Indian roads are not the same everywhere. I leave home walking a smooth road and footpaths. Sharing some info. How can I grow facial hair around the corners of my lips? So there isn't going to be a magic way to do that. A lot of us, like whenever I try to grow facial hair, I have patches right over here, and it is something that you've just got to let it grow, and it's going to cover up those patch areas that aren't growing as well. Middle of Kansas, Peter. Hopefully, yeah. Where are you from? I remember I had good friends from Kansas, who else? Would love if you don't start early. I can time properly. I am on the West Coast in SoCal, and I have to wake up early. Yeah, Bob the Hat King. Sorry, man. You know, it's tough because I got people in Australia that it's 10 o'clock at night. So it's like one of those compromises that I know that for my guys out in California, out on mountain time, it's early. Just to let you know, I am up at 5 a.m. Getting everything ready, making sure that we got everything lined up. But yeah, the whole timing thing is a pain in the butt. Wouldn't it be nice if the whole world was on the same time zone? I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be. How to remove dark circles under the eyes? Well, Shannon, too, first up, make sure you're getting your sleep. But next up, you know, there are different products that you can use. Part of this is hereditary, though, and it may be something, I mean, you can only do so much. So tons of different products out there, but usually the products used under the eyes are going to be a little bit heavier. The link's working?
I checked it.
Okay. So we're getting that the link works over here. Again, that's the vitaman.com/save70. And if I were to check up to see, has anyone else grabbed that? Let's see. Okay. Maybe I'm showing 2 sales now. So there's 13 packages left. All right. Acorn Socks, upstate New York. We've got Germany out there. Straw Hat, Dylan, Dario. Wishing you well, Dario, over in Italy. Yao, good to see you from Taiwan. Hey, yeah, Personal Image System since 2015. Who else is out there? Got a good crew. Jimmy, I see out there. How can you stay looking sharp, practice, even though you're at home, locked down, maybe you're not going really anywhere? Dress for yourself. Practice dressing well. So you guys, I'm going to share with you in a minute what fragrance I'm wearing, because I don't have to wear a fragrance for anybody. You guys can't smell me. But here's the thing. Even when I'm on video, how I feel about myself, people can pick up. There is an aura, there's a vibe, and this is, it's hard to measure, but this is simply how you feel about yourself. So even though you're doing those video conference calls, get dressed, shave, clean up. Maybe you don't turn your video on, but that doesn't matter. You feel good, and you're going to talk, and you're going to feel more confident. Powered by Spotify. Yeah, they do need to remove that powered by Spotify down at the bottom. Thanks for reading my comment. Bob the Hat, you are welcome. Alwyn Shujan, what should be the length of chinos? Kind of goes beyond what we're going to talk about today. Good question, though. During the summer, I do like them a bit shorter. And we've got Dragos from Romania. Can't wait to try the set. Antonio struggling with ladies and confidence. Any advice? Miguelon, did you not watch the video I put out just yesterday talking about so yesterday's advice with the ladies is solid stuff. And that is straight up, work on yourself. Quit trying to impress them. Work on you becoming the best you. What do you think about a double-breasted with a vest? I think the double-breasted jacket with a vest is overkill, by the way. I do have a double-breasted vest, which I think looks great. I actually picked it up from Indochino the other day. I'm going to be doing a sponsorship with them. I think it's the end of next month. Basically, but in any case, double-breasted suits I like. I do think that the fit needs to be spot on with that double-breasted suit. Nambia, Croatia, Denver. Eric, good to see you, man. Carlo, good to see you. Hassan, thank you for coming all the way from Syria. Oh, yeah, I just started a bit early, and I see Bob the Hat. He was. I just simply wanted to get it out there. We had a link issue, and I was telling everyone we had tech issues this morning, but my wife, thankfully, who's helping to run everything, making this easy for me, she was able to figure things out. And yeah, so here's to you guys. Ching ching. Let's drink. Have a little bit of a drink. Netherlands. So, yep, I need to get that on the country list, right? Right, Martin? Croatia, as you guys know, I love Croatia. Pula, I believe, is where Porridge. I thought it was Pula, but my wife always says porridge, which to me sounds like something I'd eat in the morning. All right, guys. So we're going to go over and get started on that shave here in a second. Looking to get more young people at my uni more involved with becoming a better man. Any advice? Prakash is asking how to get more young men involved. Simply lead by example. Pick that up in the Marine Corps. It's one thing, and you'll learn this as a father as well, is that people, they don't always listen to what you say, but they do see what you do. So lead by example. All right. India, all over. Florida. See you out there, Raphael. Good to see you. Krishna, when are you going to shave? When are you going to shave? Krishna, that's a great question. How about we go shave now? Okay, so let's go over. I'm gonna leave my coffee. Get one more drink. Let's go to the bathroom. And when I said bathroom, I wasn't meaning, you're not going to get that type of show here, guys. All right. So we are here in my office bathroom. Hopefully you can see me. So the first part of the shave, and this will take, a minute, 2 minutes. I a lot of times shave when I come right out of the shower, and but you want to loosen up the whiskers, loosen them up, soften them up. Now, I already did this morning, so I'm not going to go overboard on this part. But you can also, it's a good thing to wash your face before you shave if you haven't washed your face in the morning. Now, a lot of guys, the first mistake they make with washing their face is that they use you know, like a soft soap, antibacterial don't use this. If it says it's for your hands, this is a mistake to use on your face. Your hands have much thicker, rougher skin than your face. And you don't want to overpull. You want to use something that's specifically designed for your face or your body, and it says it. So right here, I've got the Body Man Face Body Cleanser. Just one pump right here. Let me get that out. Not very good at doing this with one. There we go. Just you don't need a whole lot. Lather it up. And you're just going in. You're going in. And again. So, I don't know if you know the way soap works, but soap, it doesn't, most soaps aren't abrasive. And there are abrasives out there. There are face, masks, and not just masks, but there's also, what are those called? Scrubs. This isn't the same as a scrub. A soap, what it does is it attaches to the dirt and the oil, and it naturally, whenever you rinse off the soap, it goes in and it basically pulls it off. So when you rinse it off, which I'll do right now, hopefully I didn't get my microphone wet. Did get my undershirt a little bit wet right there. Usually I'm bare-chested, but I didn't want the internet to explode with awesomeness by showing off my my bare manly chest, and you guys to be able to see all 8 of my chest hairs, which I have names for all 8 of my chest hairs, by the way. And if you want to hear those names, you can stick around to the end of the video. So, got the face washed, a little bit moisture right here. Next up, we're going to be using a shave oil. So, shave oil, and I'm pretty generous on the shave oil. It's one thing I'm really happy about. The shave oil that we have at Body Man is actually a good size. A lot of them, they sell only 1 ounce. I think, what do we have? Like a solid 2 ounces in ours. So, I like to be a little bit generous. Going over the area I'm going to shave with the shave oil first. So this is going to be layer 1. And so many guys skip over this because they just don't want to go through it. It also is something that, the shave oil doesn't necessarily come off with water, which is a good thing. Step 2, shave gel. So go through, and I like to use a little bit of warm water. Not a whole lot of shave gel. Size of a quarter. Now, notice, there's no lather, no foam. And I know Mark from Sharpologist would give me crap. He'd say, "Oh, you got to have a little bit of a foam." Well, it depends. I'm not using a shave soap. This shave gel it's not going to mix with the oil. If you can imagine, we have a layer of oil, and now we have the gel. We have 2 protective layers, and that is key. Now, really quick, I want to talk about razors. So I've already used 3 products. We've used the soap, we've used the oil, and we have used now the shave gel. So I'm going to put these products to the side. And by the way, if you want the entire product line, again, that link right down there, that bodyman.com, save 70. You can save $70 off purchasing all 6 items I'm going to talk about. But let's talk about razors. Sorry guys, I don't sell razors. And many of you guys are familiar with straight razors. And if you're not familiar with how to use a straight razor, this is something that takes a little bit of skill. And I'm probably not going to spend too much time going, yeah, you're not going to get a cutthroat shave on me today. But you want to go with the grain. And do I want to go? No, I'm not going to do a straight razor shave today, guys. And I'm also not going to cheat, and I could go with an electric razor. This one right here, a Norelco Philips 9000 series. I love it because I can do a wet shave. A lot of you guys, I don't know if you knew this, newer electric razors, you can actually get them wet, no problem. And you can even do a wet shave, which I absolutely love. I think it gives you a much better shave than just simply going dry. There's also companies like One Blade. I've talked about them before, still love their razors. And they use a single razor. It's like a safety razor, and it just goes through and it's really smooth. It's a simplified safety razor, and I really think they've got a great design. Speaking of safety razors, this right here is the gold standard. Highly recommend safety razors. They're economical. Yes, one like this, you could spend 80 bucks to buy the actual razor, or maybe spend $20, just as good. But the razors themselves, incredibly cheap. And, you know, when you basically pull this off, let's see, all right, I just lost the razor, but that's why this is live. See, right here, we've got the razor right there. And I am using, I think this is a feather, or no, yeah, this is a feather blade. So there's all different types of razors out there. Gents, safety razors are phenomenal. Now, of course, cartridge razors. You guys have seen these. This is what's causing most razor bums for most guys, because what it does is it pulls the hair up, and then when you're going over that, it can cause ingrown hairs, but it is incredibly convenient. They're easy to find, and for a lot of guys, this is simply a default razor they go to. I'm not going to say anything bad about it because it really depends on you and your skin. That being said, I will say bad things about a lot of these cheap single blade razors. And this is what I started shaving with, and probably why I hated shaving at first, because this stuff can hurt. If the razor's not super sharp, then yeah, and we're talking the One Blade, really cheap ones. I don't want to rag on Bic, but it just seems like I don't always have the best of luck with Bic blades. Although I have had, not being a little bit, I'm adding just a little bit of water because you don't want things to dry out. Usually I wouldn't have waited this long to shave. So what razor am I going to use? This is where it's going to get interesting, because I'm going to use a relatively inexpensive blade to shave. Yes, I will. This is a two blade Gillette. Gets the job done though. I travel with these, and I'll tell you, I don't travel with my other nice razors simply because if I were to lose my suitcase, or I want to be able to, you know, I'll probably get 3 shaves out of this. Before I need to replace it. And it's got, now the only issue with these cartridge or with double blades like this versus the single blade is it, because I've got the oil layer, it is going to get a little bit, all right in there. Now, do you notice what I did? I've already done this area here, and I went with the grain, and I did not go over this is done. I'm not going to go over this again. So the mistake of going over the same area again and again. Another guys make the mistake of going with really long swipes. You want small, short swipes, and you don't want to go over the same area twice. And in general, you want to go with the grain. I'm trying to, how should I, all right. Wanting to make sure I do a good job for you guys, right? Let's see what you guys are saying down in the comments. Yeah, I could go, yes, I'm using a disposable razor. Point being, I want to show you that you can still get a good razor even if you can get a great shave, even if you're not using the top razor. And I know that some of you guys want to see the straight, see the cutthroat, but that'll have to be for another video, right? All right. Now you want to understand your face. I know that around this area, I get cuts and nicks. And I also know that I've got certain moles in and around here that I can easily cut. So this is, again, this just knowing your face and knowing where to be careful, where to be a little bit slower. I have to admit, things are drying out a little bit because I usually don't go this slow. So, around the lip, I'm going to go straight down across. I will admit, I do love these smaller razors getting in and around the nose area because these are really hard. I'll miss a lot right in here, and that's why I appreciate the smaller blade. Compared with the cartridge, I absolutely hate that. I'm just not a huge guy, so I can't get this thing up my nose. I know some of you probably could. And this right here, the safety though, is really, I think, one of the best options out there for most men. And I can do a safety razor at a later point. Now, I am not absolutely perfectly following my rule of not shaving over the same area twice. But the great thing about that rule is I've got that layer of oil. And that layer of oil really does a good job of protecting the face. And that's the job of your shaving cream, your shave oil, is to prevent the razor from tearing up, cutting, scraping the skin. All right. So at this point, and a mistake again a lot of guys make is I've gone over the face. And now you want to inspect your shave. Don't just go over with this razor again because you've stripped away most of the protection. So at this point, I'm going to run my hands, rinse the, get some warm water, and I'm going to feel. I've got an area right here, need to go over again. I'd say I probably could go, the cheeks could be better, but right here, excuse me, cheeks, right here. Yeah. So don't be afraid, and this isn't wasting, you don't need to do this every day. And I'll admit, I go a day, if I get, I don't know, an 80% shave, I'm fine. I'm not going to usually go back and do this. But for you guys, I will, because I want to get a little bit better. And I'm just applying a little bit of the shave gel. And I know the areas that I want to go over. So at this point, and if I wanted to, I know I'm breaking the rule here, I could go against the grain. On the second shave, that's when you can go, if you want to get a little bit closer. All right. The neck. For a lot of guys, me included, the neck is just a tough area. I miss a lot of hair on the neck, and it's something that I normally have to go over twice to be able to get a really good shave there. But at this point, I've gone over twice in the troubled areas, and I am perfectly fine with the shave. It's not perfect. There are people that will go over a third time. Probably not me, and I would recommend that unless you've got maybe a really hot date or you just want to, you're that focused in on the detail. At this point, I'm going through and I'm removing that oil and that shave gel. Okay, so what's next? An aftershave balm. You want a natural aftershave balm that this one right here has aloe, and I can list the ingredients out. They're all natural and organic, by the way. And again, guys, if you want to grab any of this, go over to vitaman.com, save 70. I've got that right here. You can grab all this and save $70. But, ooh, that's this is a new one bursting out there. So got some aloe vera. I'll run this. You know, aftershave used to be something that you had to do because if you got a nick or a cut, and what I like about this aftershave, it doesn't burn, it just feels really nice. And yes, I do use it occasionally on other parts of the face, even where I did not shave, just because it feels really nice. But I get in there and you give yourself a nice massage, really. Ah, yeah. Just get in there. Yeah, felt good. So at this point, I am done with the first part of the shave. I would usually walk around, I'm gonna get dressed, do a few other things that I want to, but I will come back into the bathroom probably 5-10 minutes later, and I'm gonna put on a skin protector. A skin protector or an anti-aging cream, depending on what you're looking for. The difference, skin protectors are nice, especially if you're in your 20s or your 30s, and you're really not seeing any wrinkles, but what you do want is you want to infuse your skin with vitamin C. What this does is this helps to retard basically the onset of wrinkles. So what do they say? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Just simply look at your dad, look at the men in your family, and you can tell, hey, this is probably something that would behoove me to start using. If you've got really lifeless skin, you start to get cracked. You know, serums, and this is what this is. It's a serum. You're going to see the word serum thrown around. Serums are very high concentrations of certain ingredients. Again, you're going to see vitamin C, other things that help with the production of collagen, which is the elastin, all that stuff that makes the skin look supple and nice. It can also bring in color, and I just simply like the skin protector. So it's going to go in. You don't need to use a whole lot, as you can see right here. Not much at all. It's going to dab it together with my fingers, dab it around, and then I'm going to, I focus in on the forehead. That's really an area that, that for me is important. You can go under the eyes as well. I know a lot of you guys were asking about bags under the eyes. So I'm going to focus in right here under the eyes, and also right here side. I've been getting wrinkles right in here. A little bit more. And going to put that serum right in there. You don't want to get it in the eyes, but go right across the top of the eyes there. All right. Now, what about face moisturizer? So this is something that I actually even have my son take one out with him, especially during the winter when his face gets dry. Face moisturizer, you can apply at any point in the day. This is as you're going on. You probably want to wait a good 5 minutes. The serum has now entered, and it'll take about 5 minutes for it to, you know, get into the skin and then to fully kind of like basically be gone. And that's why you don't want to overdo it. The moisturizer, this you can apply at any point, you know, 5 minutes after you apply a serum. So again, I may stop in, put in some moisturizer. I don't use the moisturizer all the time first thing in the morning, but it is something before I'm going to film a video later on in the day, especially in the evening. Face moisturizers are great to be able to apply. But yeah, this is something that it's going to be a little bit heavier. And if you can imagine, it's going to be the line of defense. It's not a it's not a sunblock, and we don't use any of the sunblocks because that can irritate a lot of people. Nothing against sunblock. Highly recommend if you live in a hot area. But the moisturizer, specifically designed for the face, it shouldn't clog the pores. And it's the last thing that you put on your face in the morning if you've got a full routine like I have here. Again, I would rather, this may be too much for some of you guys. Just start at least with the shaving oil. Please add that to your routine. I think that this is a secret weapon to really, you notice I had no cuts, no nicks, and that's because I had a 2-level layer of defense when I went through and shaved. Even though I shaved with a relatively, you know, what most people would consider in the shaving community a crappy razor. Then, I mean, it got the job done, and that's what I wanted to illustrate. If you're using a safety razor, you're going to probably even get a better shave. If you have mastered the art of a straight razor, good on you. You're going to get an amazing shave if you don't cut your throat. And then, you know, even the electric razor like this, again, using that lines of defense, you're just going to get something smoother. It's going to focus in on the hairs, and it's not going to tear up the face, which is what we want to prevent, because I don't want you guys to get that irritation. I don't want you to get that rash. That's what we're working hard to avoid. Okay, I'm seeing witch hazel was a game changer. Mark G, very good point. There are so many different, if you want to get into the shaving community, I highly recommend you go check out Sharpologist. My friend Mark over there is doing an amazing job, and he can guide you. Even if you don't buy any of my products, if you don't take any of my advice, go take his advice. This guy is the expert when it comes to shaving. And there's also, I think, Geo Fatboy, and there's all these other great YouTubers. Highly recommend you check them out, and you just simply, here's the thing, with shaving, this is something that you share with pharaohs, something that you share with your grandfather, your great-grandfather, you go down 15 generations of men, and they were probably shaving. Yes, they, at some point maybe they grew a beard, but they also shaved, and they also groomed, and they took care of themselves. And I really think it's a way just to simply pamper and enjoy yourself in the morning. If you can set up a routine, yeah, highly recommend. Oh, by the way, the fragrance that I'm wearing today, Royal Oud by Creed. This one right here, and it's not really an oud, it's more like a wood, but it's a great fragrance, and that is the one I just wanted to calm myself down this morning, so that's the one I put on. And in my hair, I'm using our styling cream over at Vitaman. I didn't want to go for a heavy hold. I wanted something I can move around if, you know, got a little bit of random hairs here or there, but overall, it just gives a nice texture and look to the hair, and I can change it up throughout the day. But that is my styling cream, and if you've got thin hair, that's perfect for you. So, what else? So I see service industry marketing tips is saying a lot of things. Ken Surfs, Will Powell, every 2 shaves, even got in my office, used to it before we go for lunch. Hugh James, when do you need to replace an old school razor blade for a safety razor? So some guys will replace it after every shave. And those are the hardcore guys, and they do. I mean, every time you shave, that razor is getting nicked by your hairs. It is actually getting duller. But I would say, I know, again, Mark is more of an expert, and tons of guys talk about this. I've seen guys get 2 to 3 solid shaves out of a single safety razor. That being said, you know, they're so inexpensive, and they can give you such a great shave. I don't see why, you know, if you could, you know, if you've got the money, change it out every time. If not, change it out every 2 to 3 times. And there are ways there you can apply alcohol and stuff to clean the blade afterwards. One thing you don't want to do is leave the blade like, so I could shave with this one tomorrow and I could shave with it the day after. But after that, I don't want to leave this up for a week. And here's the thing again, is that we've actually nicked this blade, even though I can't see it. And over the period of a week, especially if I left this in a moist environment, it would start to rust, and you could get bacteria buildup on something like this. And you can do that with any blade. And that's why you want to take care of your blades, because all it takes is that bacteria buildup and a nick or a cut, that bacteria to get in there, and all of a sudden you can get an infection. And again, that was the purpose of aftershave, is aftershaves, the whole goal with those was to go in and actually kill any bacteria. That's why they were called after the shave, and that's why initially most of them sting or burn, because they're using alcohol to try to, as an antiseptic, to go in there and try to clean and to keep you, you know, your face not getting swollen with infection and stuff like that. All right, guys. So trying my best as a moderator, leading the front as part of a great team. Rosma, it's good to see you out there. If you leave a blade wet, will it cause dullness over time? I don't think it's the wetness that causes the blade to dull, but it's actually what happens in wetness. When you have rust and when you have things naturally just start to build up on them. Again, the edge of a razor, I mean, we're talking it's something so sharp and so fine, it doesn't take much to kind of throw that thing off. All right, well, let's change up the setting here in a second. I'm going to go over and I'm going to get some more coffee. You guys ready to jump over with me? Let's do it. All right. Gentlemen, I'm back. I wonder if, let's see, did it pick it up? If you look closely, you can see I am hanging out in just jeans and my socks and an undershirt. Yes, yes. If you look at the video, I think it was caught in there. At least I'm not walking around in my underwear, right? It's like, hey, that could be a whole nother video channel. Don't give me any ideas. So I've been thinking about putting together new channels, a fragrance channel and a watch channel. Maybe I need to do a shaving channel. Probably not. I don't. The shaving world. I mean, there's already enough guys doing that one. And for me, the fragrance one, I've got probably now 250 fragrances that I could easily talk about, but I don't know about the shaving. What do you guys think? Fun video, a little bit engaging. Now I'm going to go through and be answering your guys' questions. I'm looking here in the comments for some questions, but I also want to remind you guys that deal right down there, it is not going to be around forever. So go over to vitamin.com/save70. Again, it's only going to be around for probably another 5 hours. And we've already sold, let me check it out. Let me see how many of those we've sold, because there's only 15 available. And I put a limited number simply because, well, because I can. It's my company. Looks like we've got 3 of them sold. So, hey, got 12 left, right? Let's go in, guys. Let's see what we got. Could you do a shoe channel? I don't know if I'd do a whole shoe channel. Hey, dude, appreciate it, man. I need to do the, oh, and by the way, I saw it was pretty funny whenever we were putting up that we were going to do this, shaving with Antonio. I had some people recommend I do, excuse my language, but they were like, how about you do a shit with Antonio? And I'm like, you know what? Just not going to happen. But thank you for that suggestion, whoever you were. My wife is just giving me this look like, I can't believe you said that. And I'm like, hey, it's the thing is, this video is going to be taken off my channel. I make these unlisted a couple hours afterwards because I don't want that. I want to be able to talk about things in live and be a little bit, in a way, not as professional as I normally am. And yes, the ones, my polished videos, have a little bit of fun here. This was one of the stranger streams I've watched on a Monday night. Sticker Man, I don't think you've watched enough strange things. I just watched, or my son just watched the movie The Lighthouse. That is strange. This live broadcast, no. Would you recommend the white sneakers from, yeah, I love them. Ace Marks makes a great white sneaker. Oh, Rohan's having his evening tea. Watch channel, please. Found your channel 2 years ago. Love your advice. Thank you very much, Johnny. I'm a fragrance collector and have around 250 myself. Thank you for something. Yeah, Richard. Yeah, you sound like me, man. I've got 250 as well. And for me, it just seems like a great way to justify buying more and being able to continue to write them off, right? Why don't I promote essentials? Because I don't really have a lot of what's his name, Jose's gear. And it is something that, yeah, it's nothing against his gear. It's just something I haven't really taken the time. I've got so many offers of things that we want to promote, and I'm promoting my own companies and the stuff that I've got here. But yeah, Jose's companies, nothing wrong with it. He's a good guy, good company. So I'm not going to, say anything. I just don't simply have a lot of their clothing, and I don't wear it. I'm more, it's like for me, I'm more trying to work a deal with Suit Supply, because a lot of the suits and the shirts you see in my videos are from them. The issue with Suit Supply is that they rarely ever work with, they've only worked with one influencer, and that's Aaron. And they were looking for some crazy numbers, and we'll see if they come back with Menfluential, but we're working to try to get Suit Supply in. So 300 people watching. Do you own any suits from Razor or suits from, yeah, of course I do. Tons of them. Next shave should be a safety razor. Tasty bread, I probably should do a safety razor. No, come on, you want to see the straight razor, don't you? Thank you, Carlo. I'm happy to hear that, that you've gotten value. How do you feel about brushing your teeth in the shower? Joseph, that is the only way to brush your teeth. And in fact, if you're not showering every time you brush your teeth, you're doing it wrong. No, just made that up. But I do brush my teeth in the shower a lot of times. Yeah, Mike, I probably didn't have to say it, but it just sounded better than, shave with Antonio and then it rolled off the tongue. Probably didn't need to. Sorry, Mike, I apologize to you, Mike. I have a nasty mouth. I don't know about you, but as a kid, if we said anything bad like that, we'd get our mouth washed out with soap. Nowadays, I think they call that like, it's apparently you can't do it. But yeah, I don't know. My wife is surprised that that happened to us. Trim of Shave Down. I look forward to the Monday. When are you going back to Croatia? We'd like to go back. We had a great time in Croatia, right? Right, Lena? Yeah, we loved it. Great vacation. A lot of Ukrainians would travel there. What I liked is we stayed right on the beach, and all the meal, you know, it's like one of those cafeteria style places where every meal is taken care of. I love all-inclusive resorts. It's just, yeah, that's to me the way it should be. Let my wife shave me. I want to live, man. It's like, when are you going back to Croatia? Got that best summer fragrance from your collection. Oh, Camilio, you're going to have to hang out because that is a video coming out in about 2 weeks. We talk about the best summer fragrances. I've done a video on this in the past, but I've changed up a few things. I've got some really, I think, great ones on that list. But what else do we have? Good morning, Antonio. What should I do where a liver's dinner? If they invented aftershave soothing cream that slows down beard growth, would you buy it? No, because why do I want something to slow down? I just don't like the idea of them using a chemical or something that would slow down the growth of my beard. That just sounds, I don't know, maybe it's going to, yeah, you just worry like, is it going to affect other parts of your body? And so I try to go, like we've been gearing towards more natural and just straight up organic. Now, if there's something naturally that would do that, maybe I would think about it, but even then, like, what else is it slowing down? That's what I'm wondering. Of any suggestion of a good shampoo on the market, Hot Force, I think it is. Vitamin, come on, man. Vitamin, amazing. We have amazing shampoo. Go check it out. Again, you can use, if you go to vitamin.com, you can simply subscribe and you can save 20%. And I don't care if you unsubscribe after you, I mean, I do, but I get it. A lot of people subscribe and then unsubscribe. That's a total way at my company to kind of always get a 20% discount, or at least for now. Right now we're growing the company, which, by the way, thank you guys so much for supporting us, because this month was our record month. We are going to do, let me give you the exact numbers. And it's not a crazy big business, but for me, this was big. Last month, we did 6,000. This month, we are looking, I think we're going to hit probably 14,000 this month. Let me see what we got. This month, we have hit total 11.5. Now, we've got about, 5 days left? So I'm betting that we can hit 14,000 this month, which will be a record for us at Vitamin. I'll tell you, next month, I'm going to change a bit. I did a lot of promotions for Vitamin this month, and I want to pull back on that. I want to say what worked, what didn't. And this should be the same for you in your life. You should be taking time to step back and examine what's working and what's not. I was doing this job for 5 years. I got laid off, and to be honest, I didn't like it. I did it for 5 years. I worked my butt off, and I gave my heart and soul to this career. But you know what? It wasn't satisfying to me. Maybe you need to switch. Maybe you need to change things up, because so many of you guys, you're not doing your life's work. And this is your life. You need to be going after I don't know, maybe it's running a daycare. Maybe it's simply being and owning properties. Find a way to do it. Yes, I know you don't maybe have a lot of money to your name. Maybe you're in a place you're struggling over in Ukraine. You're struggling over in India. You're trying to make a go of it down in Brazil. Guys, you can find a way. Those obstacles they're there to stop other people, not you. So find a way, guys. You can do it. All right, more business-related videos, please. I'd love to do more business stuff, and I almost feel like I have to have a channel dedicated to just business advice, because sometimes the business advice doesn't do well on and this is the hard part, is the Real Men Real Style channel. I try to keep it style focused. At least 2 out of the 4 videos a week, I try to keep very style focused. And if we're doing 2 non-style, like I'm getting into body language or things, I find that sometimes people feel it just doesn't work as well. Sometimes it'll work, other times it doesn't. The average age of the followers, Johnny, I don't have my stats in front of us, but usually YouTube skews a bit younger. That being said, some of our most adamant followers are the guys, in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. Since I've had extra time during the quarantine, I finally started using my straight razor, loving it. Usually use Harry's razors, and they're great for cartridges, but not like a straight. Yeah, straight razor is where it's at. And if you've had time to practice your straight razor shaving, good on you. All right, what else do we have? Luke, you're in there. What do you think about the rock band Queen? Queen is friggin' amazing. I mean, Freddie Mercury, dude. I mean, what? I don't know what I should say about that, because I mean, I grew up listening to Queen. Obviously, Bohemian Rhapsody, We Are the Champions. But what is it? The one that Vanilla Ice. I remember when Vanilla Ice became really popular. This is back in the 90s. I'm dating myself. But I remember it was like, wait a minute, he stole that Under Pressure. You remember that? Like, I was so proud of myself, because I'm like, that's from, he stole the tune from Under Pressure. And it seemed like nobody noticed this. Yeah. Dobro Karabar Mulo Sismiri. Not sure, Daniel, what you're saying there, but thank you. Antonio, tips for when your crush is dating another guy. Well, Dylan, I mean, the fact that you're calling her your crush, I mean, that's cool that you like her, but there's a lot of things you like. I like vanilla ice cream, you know, and a lot of people, you know, here's the thing, is if does she even know how you feel? And also you got to be respectful of other people, because, you know, if you really like already know her and there's a great relationship there and she's worth fighting for, then you need to go, you know, talk to her. You need to, like, hey, let your feelings know, because she could be in a relationship that she's not happy with. Antonio, do you like David Bowie? Of course I love David Bowie, man. Ziggy Stardust. David Bowie, Rocket Man, not Rocket Man, Major Tom, Ground Control to Mage. I love David Bowie. Cheap dress watches. Seiko, come on, man. You know, I wouldn't say super cheap, but Orient is good. Seiko, who else? Citizen makes some fine watches. Alexis, think there's a video. Yep, many videos on that. Antonio, helped me a lot in Dress Sharp. I don't know anything I need to dress sharp in my kids' school. Get more respect from all the teachers. That's right, you do. What do you prefer, Apple or Android? Right now, I go with Apple simply because I am a simple guy when it comes to technology. That being said, I use PCs. I've always stuck with HP. I'm not a full, like, I just happen to have an iPhone. I got used to iPhones. I stuck with iPhones. They came out with the iWatch. I also know what's popular. And so for me to be able to use something that I know it's going to be easy to find parts for, to easily to get repaired, that's why I've stuck with it. I do not have a fountain pen collection, and that has been something I've thought about making videos on. I do have, I have a few really nice pens, but I haven't gotten deep into fountain pens. I know there's a whole industry on fountain pens. So, so that's something I definitely like to check out and learn more about. How many serious relationships have you had before meeting your wife? Dario, my wife is in the room. What type of question is that? Thanks. And got my scuba dude on today, Rosmus. Hey, Harry's are cheap and nasty. Ooh, thoughts on vintage watches? I think they're cool, but you know, you got to know what you're doing there, because you can easily get something that is going to be non-repairable, and you can waste a lot of money on watches that you just won't get their money's worth. Do I prefer Head and Shoulders shampoo? No, and simply because now over at Vitamin, we do have a dandruff shampoo. If you've got dry hair, flaky hair, we've got a good shampoo for you. My thing with Head and Shoulders is it's using a lot of just things that go read the back on the ingredients. And whatever you do, whatever you put in your body, whatever you put on your body, look at the ingredient list. I'm bad at this a lot of times, but at least I am checking probably half the things. You need to be checking and making sure that you understand what that stuff is that you're putting on your hair. Yeah, Vincero, they've been a great sponsor of mine for years. I've got a number of their watches. I've actually had great luck with their watches. I know some people have not. I've seen in the comments where people, you know, especially the watch guys, are like, how can you go with these fashion watches? Well, how can anybody buy anything that's fashion oriented? I think it's, you know, it's all doable. Yeah, so let me see. Do I have anything else? What's the manliest thing someone can do in terms of grooming? Maybe grow a mustache. There you go. That's pretty manly. Oh, do I consider the Apple Watch as a watch or a gadget? Koki, guess what? I'm doing a video this Thursday comparing the Apple Watch to Rolex. Stay tuned. I will answer in that video. How to improve a relationship between you and your partner? Probably start listening to your partner. Actually make time for your partner. That's something I know I need to do better. And that usually helps. Just simply and spending time listening to them. Thank you for your performance. Yep, you're welcome. All right, so let's go ahead. You think I can move over to this camera right here? Yep. Yeah, let's do that. I want to change the scene up for you guys. All right, so we're going to get really meta here, and I'm going to have me within
Could you move a little bit? I can.
How am I looking? All right, guys, we're switching up the cameras on you. And Jane has been asking for the Vitamin promotion bar to be a little bit lower, but probably can't do anything. I think it, let's see.
I made it smaller.
Okay. Hey, guys.
Good.
You see? Okay. Let's get into it. So you guys have been asking some questions. I had Austin Garber ask, Antonio, do you have any advice for me coming back from the Army and trying to get back into civilian life? Good question. Any of you guys that are making a transition, maybe you just graduated with your MBA, you just graduated high school, you just graduated college, you just got fired, lost your job. You're going through a transition. And I do find that we attract a lot of guys that have realized that style is important and that it's a way to make that transition, but there's a lot of other things that you're going to have to master. The best advice I can give you is take the time to think through the situation. Tons of great books out there, especially I've got probably 5 books on my shelf for transitioning from the military to the civilian world. You're not the first person to do this. So what you do is you want to learn from other people's mistakes. Don't be afraid to reach out and build your network, to reach out to an existing network. There are, if you left, maybe you were in the Army, well, there's probably an Army's club, or you've got your Veterans of Foreign Wars, you've got your Legion. These aren't just places where people show up to drink beer. These are also places where you've got a lot of older veterans who have a lot of connections in the community and you can learn from. Even within the company you go to work for, let's say you're going to work for a consulting company, pretty big, I don't know, maybe Dell Computers out of Austin, Texas. And, there's a lot of veterans that work for Dell. So it would be something, hey, why not reach out and engage with some of these people and find out, hey, the Veterans Club there and get to know and talk to some of these guys. So, Eric, how do you look stylish as a first-time doctor in a hospital? Well, first thing, you simply wear what you need to wear. Dr. Mike is probably a good example of a stylish doctor. Love his stuff. But I would say have your own style, but obviously going to be wearing the white jacket. I do think bow ties for doctors can work really well. They can make you much more approachable, and they also stay out of the way. I know getting contamination on your clothing is a real thing, so that's something I'd pay attention to. And also your shoes. Tons of great actual dress shoes that are made with rubber soles or made with certain types of soles that are made to be actually very, very comfortable. So pay attention. Make sure you find the right shoes that work for you and ones that you actually like the look of. So Michael Contagulis, Antonio, is there a way I can wash a suit at home? That's a great question. We are actually working on a video for this, so stay tuned for that one. David Cahill, you mentioned in a previous stream that you went to college after your time in the Marines as someone who has commenced a career, youth work to accountant. In my early 30s, I wanted to know if you have any suggestions that may assist me in this process, which I am assured will last a minimum of 6 years. The recent COVID situation will probably extend that to 7 years. So how to basically make a career change. And he's being told it's going to take 6 years. And my advice is, yeah, it will probably take 6 years. It could take 10 years. But here's the thing, is that time is going to fly by. And you want to make sure that you're putting in the work early, because there's a good chance that maybe you could accelerate things. Maybe it will only take you 3 to 4 years, which may sound like a lifetime, but it's not. Your lifetime is going to fly by. And as the older you get, the faster time goes, and you're trying to slow it down. Focus in on what you can control. Then look at, hey, am I building my network? Am I surrounding myself with people that inspire me? Believe me, that 2 to 3 to 4 years is going to fly by. Next thing you know, you're going to be already in that transition. So I think you're just you're viewing that time period as longer than what it actually is going to be. What do you think about cravats, Antonio? I don't really touch cravats. I think that, they're cool, but they're more for the dandy. Not so much my guy. He's the professional man that's looking to leverage style to get what he wants out of life, to be able to make more money, to be able to get the girl. That's my guy. What's the best color to pair with a navy suit? So with navy, it's going to be a cooler tone, a cooler blue. Unlike gray, though, it isn't a non-color, and I do think that navy does work better with certain colors. Red is something we see again and again, but also you can bring in orange. I think yellow pairs very fine. Anything in the brown range, and browns also include orange and even to a degree reds. Now, I think we're going with another variation of blue, so you could go with a knit tie, bring up a different texture. You could also go with a deep dark green tie as well. The thing that doesn't really go with navies, I'm not a big fan of wearing pastels with navies. I don't feel it work. Maybe in shirt you can, but a pastel, that's going to be lighter colors. Think about Easter egg colors, that kind of stuff. It can work, but I think that works better with grays. Let me see. I'm thinking about opening up my own menswear boutique. Is now a great time. It's going to be tough, Edward, because right now people are not buying clothing. With everything going on with COVID-19, clothing sales have been in the dumps. So I would maybe look, is there something that you can do? I would first, nothing wrong with starting a business during a recession or even a depression. Tons of businesses came out of the 1930s. Tons of businesses came out of the 2008 time period, my business included. But I would say you want to make sure that you're truly solving a problem and that you're building this business with the new future. Here's the thing, is that people are never going to go back to being as careless as they were around bacteria. Yes, we'll see people down in Missouri having fun at Lake of the Ozarks, which, by the way, I've been there and I get it, how they're having it. It's hard to be not tempted at Lake of the Ozarks. Point being is the world has changed. Whether you agree or not, people are just going to be more, flights are going to change. And you want to think, how can I build a business that's going to take advantage of these changes? Because there are going to be, right now there's a lot of confusion, but in the chaos, there is always opportunity. Do I recommend any certain wrinkle creams or lotions? Gents, vitaman.com/save70. I'm going to check really quick, see how many of these we have sold. But we've only got 15 of those kits we're selling. And I believe now we have sold probably 5 of those kits. So if that is the case, there are only 10 of those kits left. They're only going to be available, that discount, $70 off, is only going to be available for the next, it looks like, for the next 5 hours. Because we're already an hour into the sale. So use it or lose it, guys. It's not going to be there forever. This video will become unlisted here in a few minutes. So 7:56. We're going to be wrapping things up, guys. I got to get into my team meeting. In case you're wondering, every day I meet with my team every Monday and Wednesday at 8 a.m. I've got people all over the world, and I thank you guys. Quick shout out. Thank you guys over in Australia. Want to thank the guys over in the Philippines, for you guys over in New Zealand. I know my friends over in India, Bangladesh, Pakistan. Thank you so much for arriving. Croatia, Macedonia, Mongolia. Thank you so much, guys. England, we've got our German friends. I know someone's over in France, so make sure to shout. You don't say anything, but our Russians, Privet, Kak dela, our Ukrainians, Slava Ukraina. It's like, we love you guys, and yeah. You guys are awesome. By the way, did you guys know I have a Russian-Ukrainian channel? Yes, I do. And it's got like, over 300,000 subs. Pretty crazy. I get all my stuff translated over there because my wife's Ukrainian, and we just have deep connections to that part of the world. But gentlemen, Thank you so much for supporting us, for being a part of what we're doing here at Real Men Real Style. And if you ever have questions, just email me, Antonio@realmenrealstyle.com. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Let me see. Any last questions in there? Yeah, there's actually a lot of colors with the navy suit. Hello from Japan, Koki. Good to see you, man. Say hi to the team. I will. And Arts, if you're welcome under a jacket, you can. I do think cowboy boots work well with the suit, by the way, Bob the Hat King. All right, guys, that's it. Take care. I will see you later. Boom, boom.